last night's game was not that fun. It had some fun moments, and then at some point when you're riding the bullpen, at some point it's like a car. You have a little breakdown, and they had a breakdown last night. And I saw on Twitter that people were up in arms at Ollie, who really didn't have any right-handed options that he felt better. And JoJo's splits weren't bad against facing righties. It's just one of those things where it blew up. But, the problem is with the Cardinals, they've been playing better baseball. It always seems like, all right, you're going to take a step forward, then you're going to take a step backward, forward, backward. Hopefully they could take a few steps forward because they're in the Central. The Central's awful. So, I mean, it's right there on the table for them to take if they can straighten some stuff out.
Well, the bullpen's been pretty solid,
Yeah.
And it's nice. It is tough to see, I guess, a good outing by Gibby kind of go to waste there. But there are some positive parts, man. Like, seeing Nolan Gorman starting to do his thing a little bit, swinging the bat with some power. Nice to see.
Yeah, he's got, 5 homers on the road trip. I think he's got 8 since, May 12th or something. So, yeah, the power's there. Burleson hit a homer. He's been hitting the ball hard, just right at people, which I know people don't like, to say, but it is true. This guy can hit, and we're seeing signs that maybe, the offense is okay. The starting pitching been in a real good place of late, and that means the bullpen's better because they're less taxed. But the bullpen did get taxed in Philly, and at some point the bill comes due, and it came due last night. But, yeah, they're in a stretch now where they're playing a lot of teams that have losing records, that they should be able to make some hay and maybe straighten things out. I'd love to see them get back to 500 and over 500. If you're a team that's over 500 in the Central, then you're one of the elites, of the Central, and it's right there for the taking. They just got to take it.
And, Jimmy, I know fans may want more, but at minimum, I think we can say that after a really rough first month, the Cardinals have they've kind of readied the ship, and we're in for a fun summer where it's not going to be like last year, and maybe they added the deadline, and it's just not going to be horrible, right? They might not be great. I have no idea, but they should be in it. It's hard not to be in the wild card race in baseball. You have to be pretty dang bad. So I would think the Cardinals are going to be in it till the end.
Yeah, I would hope so. Here's a couple of things that concern me. So they don't have great starting pitching depth. Like Palante goes today. He earned it, right? He went down to the minors, showed well, and he made his return with 6 scoreless innings in his first start. So he deserves another one. He developed the two-seam fastball that keeps right-handed hitters honest because he had reverse splits. That's positive. I don't know what he's going to be tonight. Hopefully good. But the starting guys that they brought in, let's be honest, they've been really good. They've been, I think, what the Cardinals were hoping for, maybe even surprisingly good. Some of the fans that didn't like the additions. But they are older, and if one of these guys goes down, and what if Palante? I'm just concerned that, to me, that's an area where they don't have a lot of starting pitching depth, and that concerns me. And also, like, Donovan's back in there last night. They don't have a lot of depth, like when guys are out, to have a guy that is going to step in and do a solid job. I do think they need to make some moves to shore up the roster. So I'm with you, Charlie. And I do think they're in a better place. Like, they should be able to score runs. We've seen them be better offensively. We've seen the starting rotation stabilize a little. And save last night, the bullpen's been pretty good.
So Mason went, damn it,
wow. Good morning, everybody.
Dang it.
Hilarious.
Oh, God. Well, people were complaining that Mason Wynn had a day off when he was kind of rocking and rolling with his bat. But he has been having some errors here and there, so maybe some of those days off kind of to refresh are good for him.
Well, he's got an ongoing back issue that they're trying to manage. So the Cardinals have young players with a lot of talent, like Gorman and Wynn, and they have back issues. So that's not a great thing. I'm just telling you, as a rights holder, that's not a great thing. But they've been trying to manage it. I get it. If a guy has an 18-game hitting streak, I'm putting him in there. He's a young player. and he wants to be in there. But Wynn last night hurt his wrist, and then at some point during the game, I looked like Ollie was like checking his back or oblique. I asked Ollie about it. He said just making sure his back's okay, because that's something they are trying to manage. That's why he gets some days off. And by the way, when they took Wynn out for Crawford had 2 hits, including a homer and a diving play, like a highlight reel play. That wasn't the reason why they lost that game. But I understand people want to see Wynn in there because he's really, really good.
How's that stadium? It looks pretty cool, man. And I like the horn. Like, it just looks like a badass venue. Is it cool down there?
I mean, it's kind of, like you get some cheap homers there. There's no question about that. And they had the roof closed. And I don't know if you saw Ball Game, who, by the way, called that home run last night. He said, I don't like this matchup. And then the ball left the park. But if you've watched the game, we saw Jimmy complaining about the heat. It was way, way hot in there last night. Jimmy likes to complain on the air a little bit, but he was right. It was very hot in there. It's fine. It's not my favorite ballpark, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's what Matty was texting us last night, Charlie. He goes, that was a good call by Ball Game. And, we didn't know what he was talking about, that's what that was.
Well, I have to say, because I was watching early. I listened to a little bit in the car as I was getting some Chipotle. Not that anyone cares. But then I did fall asleep. I've been falling asleep way earlier these days, especially since this vacation. Good. So I saw Maddie's text, and he said Jimmy Ball Game called that. And I'm just wondering, was that good or bad for the Cardinals? And sure enough, Jim, it was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, because, JoJo has been really good. He's been good against righties too. But, key part of the ball game, and Jimmy said, I don't like this matchup. And then, boom, gone. Jimmy sees things on, he's up in the booth. His vision is insane, and he sees stuff on the field that nobody else sees. And he saw something, didn't like the matchup, and his prediction was proven correct. And they'll play again today. And so the Cards are now 2 under 500. So if they win the next 2, they can come back at 500. I don't know. I'd like to see them get to that 500 mark. I'd like to see them in a position where, as Charlie said, they can be in the hunt and make it a fun summer, and hopefully the awful play. And Cam, you're right. The defense have been a little shaky lately, but hopefully we can see some good baseball.
Are you homesick, man? Are you like, okay, let's wrap this up. I'd like to get home.
Yeah.
My suits are getting a little mustard stains on them.
Well, I sweated through it last night. I had a sport coat on. I sweated right through it. So at some point I'm going to have to take the sport coat to the dry cleaner. But, yeah, it's a long one. I'm not complaining because I like my job, and we're staying at a really nice La Quinta. So.
Right now.
Well, Jim, you would have...
It's a little long. It's
long, dude. It's a long one, man.
You would have enjoyed our previous segment. I think we went about 40 minutes on the WNBA. And Cole, who, I've heard you criticize him for this every once in a while, like that we don't have audio. But Cole had 17 audio clips for WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that because he has a lot of audio clips, but when it came for return music, he just grabbed something, so I'm glad he's working. The WNBA thing, what are we acting like? People should have been watching this for years. No, they shouldn't. People watch what they want to watch.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It wasn't as interesting back then.
Let me clear my throat!
Oh, man.
Cam, that's Cam's fault. That was the power of suggestion. I wasn't going to cough, and then Cam coughed.
He had one earlier.
No, I don't get they're mean to Caitlin Clark. There's no question. They probably hate her for all the attention, but they should embrace her because they're getting charter flights now, and fans are there. And I think it's a hazing like any rookie would go through, and she'll figure it out. Don't you agree? I think we're making too much of it.
Yeah, I mean, like you're gonna get thrown down. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. It's just entertaining.
I think it's interesting.
I think it's interesting too. I think the whole thing is right now. Just keep entertaining us. Keep having weird storylines and stuff like that, and we'll pay attention. But I guess if they didn't do any, what's that?
Yeah, I think at some point, like, we'll get through this cycle, and then people will return to not watching the WNBA.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
I don't know, man. I wonder if Caitlin Clark really is the game changer for that.
What if she gets hurt? Like, are people still?
Well, yeah, I think if she's out, then nobody's watching. Just being honest.
Well, why do you hate Angel Reese?
Why, Charlie?
Well, if you were listening to the previous segment, you would hear a very in-depth diatribe of why I said, look, Angel Reese is and I know some people love her, it's great, but I think for the storyline, she is the perfect villain for a lot of people to Caitlin Clark's hero, and that's what makes a great story.
Yeah, I think you need, but you're kind of making it seem like there's good versus evil or right versus wrong, and some people believe that Angel Reese was right. Now, I didn't like when the woman knocked Caitlin down, which was clearly like a non-basketball play.
I threw my drink at my TV.
Yeah, he was really upset.
Even though I didn't watch it, but I saw a clip.
Didn't watch it. But they're all like, didn't Angel Reese praise that woman? I mean, that's silly, but I understand what you're saying. You need a back and forth. And I think it's good, and I think eventually, like I said, Caitlin will get through this, and will kind of earn her spot. Not that she hasn't earned it, but I mean she'll deal with all the rough stuff and people trying to take her out of her game, and she'll be better, and she'll be fun, and eventually the crowds will probably drop a little bit, and we won't talk about it as much. But it's great for the WNBA.
You been watching Tucker at all?
Where's he been?
He's probably pretty busy. It hasn't really popped up too much on my feed.
Once you leave cable news, I mean, you can't be seen anywhere, right? There's no other avenues.
Listen,
these days.
The only thing, and I'll be honest with you guys, because I've never admitted this, but every morning at 7 a.m., Tucker does a Zoom call for all the
minions,
people in his cult. Yeah, and then he gives me an outline of what to say and what to think, and then I move on with my day. But that doesn't mean I watch the videos he posts, because I'm telling you, I'm a creature of habit. I know Charlie doesn't believe this, and I'm an old with weird things that I live my life by because I'm used to it. Getting in a rut for all these years. I just don't watch. Podcasts are great. YouTube's great. That's just not how I get my stuff. I'm like an old appointment television. So if there's like a Tucker Carlson interviews, whatever, and I'm like, oh, that seems interesting. Still not watching. I mean, I'm not sitting there on my phone for anything more than 2 minutes. If it's a clip, of someone ranting or something, I'll watch it. But these extended interviews, I just don't watch on my phone, so I don't get to see Tucker. So the only thing I have is the talking points that he gives me in the 7 a.m. Zoom call.
Sure. Is that 7 Central Time?
Yes, it's always 7 Central Time. And there's like Mike Johnson's on it, the speaker, and a lot of the crazy conservative right there.
Marge,
all on it.
Margie Taylor,
Boebert.
No, they don't.
I like Boebert.
They don't let her. They don't let her on there.
Charlie likes Boebert.
Why? Because
he wants to go to a movie with her.
I like anybody. I'm not saying it's good for the country. I don't know. She's interesting. At this point in my life, you know what? I just like interesting things. I like talkable things at dinner to talk about. Lauren Boebert provides content. As a content creator,
that's right, Charlie.
I appreciate those that create content like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Lauren Boebert, so on and so forth.
I'll include Fetterman in this. Personally, based on who I am, I appreciate any politician that is not praising Hamas on social media or on television, because I kind of feel like that puts me in the crosshairs.
I kind of like his message right now. I like Fetterman. He's kind of going against the grain a little bit, but we took a beating from us for a while there. I mean, and rightfully so. He said some goofy-ass things. He dresses goofy. He looks goofy. But then
He did have a stroke, to be fair.
Well, okay.
He did. And then
It wasn't pretty,
offense,
though.
too.
It was not pretty. Don't get me wrong.
saying.
It was not pretty.
And then on social media, they were trying to say that it's a different guy that replaced Federer. They had that conspiracy on there.
Yeah, he's kind of going against the grain with all that kind of stuff.
He looks like, I'll be honest, he looks like he might have an odor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what?
You're right on that, dude.
He probably doesn't shower very often.
One of those guys.
I see that.
I could see that,
Because if
too.
you wear basketball shorts a lot, he probably takes where he, puts on extra deodorant, maybe takes a dude wipe, but maybe doesn't shower every day.
I can't do that.
I see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Charlie, do you use dude wipes?
Well, we've
God,
talked
yeah,
about this.
I do.
I don't use dude wipe brands. So I remember I was at a golf tournament or something, and they had dude wipes. So I'm like, I'm gonna try these out because I've heard about them on Barstool.
Damn good.
So I thought they were actually kind of different. Like, oh, this is some proprietary deal. No, it's a baby wipe. So I mean, I have so many wipes around my house because my son he's getting there.
Yeah.
He's almost there.
He's almost there.
But I have enough wipes around that the wipes you get for your kid are the same as dude wipes. So yes.
They work, though.
Except my kid demands dude wipes, which I believe are probably about 28% more expensive.
Yeah.
But we have dude wipes, and as an old, that's something I've changed. I'll use a dude wipe because it just makes a lot of sense to me. That
Freshens you up, man.
Yeah, you just stay fresh that way. So
That's it.
I'm all for that.
All right, Jimmy, man. Go do your thing. Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we have a brand new neighbor, right next to 590 The Fan, and I know them very well. It's Clark Animal Hospital, new location, but still provides the best medical care for your pets that you can find anywhere. They got a bigger space now, 5 vets on staff, so they can see more pets and slot more appointments and make more appointments available, which is very important. My dog Stella has been going to Clark's Animal Hospital since we got her, 4 years ago, and we honestly are thrilled with the care she gets. The vets are great. They actually spend time answering your questions. You can call them, and they'll call you back if you have any questions about what's going on with your pet. And you can tell, too, when you deal with them, they actually love what they do, and that's important to me. I totally recommend Clark Animal Hospital, a new home on Manchester Road, more space for them, more vets on staff, and the same great service. 314-966-2733. Clark Animal Hospital, 314-966-2733. Tell them Stella sent you.
Oh, I like it.
I saw that
like
picture.
it,
That's
baby.
another thing. I saw that Stella picture, and I knew it wasn't good for them Redbirds when I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, by the way, Charlie, that picture, I had to crop it because her little, I don't know, harness has her phone number on it, which I didn't want to put on Twitter.
Sure.
God.
But honestly, that's a picture of Stella sitting in the waiting room at Clark Animal Hospital, new location. She had her new checkup, and she got to go to the new place. And you can look at her there. She's happy. My wife said she jumped up on the bench there like, okay, now I'm waiting for the doctor. So Clark Animal Hospital, and yes, the Cardinals lost, so I posted a picture of Stella.
Is she happier when the Cardinals are on the road?
Charlie, I know where you're going with this.
No, I'm talking about for the uniforms.
No, I know what you're doing.
No, for the uniforms.
I know what you're doing.
For the
don't
uniform
like it.
colors.
Wow.
Charlie,
Yes.
when I'm in town, my dog gets wonderful care and affection from me, and I ain't locking her in a car when I go to get a salad.
With the windows down. Covered parking in the shade. You know what's funny?
Is she happier when the Cardinals are on the road?
I have to say, though, I almost took a picture of this because you can make fun of me. But I do go to Crushed Red. We go there probably once a month. And it is one of those places like Chipotle. I'm going on a tangent here. But some places you can't get DoorDash. It's just, it doesn't travel. Like for me, Chipotle, you have to watch them make your bowl. It'll be 10 times better than if you get Uber Eats or whatever. Crushed Red is the same for me. I have to be standing there when they're making the salad. So I go to Crushed Red about once a month, and every time I park there, I just laugh. I get a nice chuckle.
He still laughs about it.
I get a nice chuckle.
He laughs
evil.
about it. Thank you. Thank you. That's how he laughs. Oh, yeah. Those
Charlie
110
laughs
degrees.
when Bambi gets it.
I
right?
know. I know. He hates animals. You know what I mean?
No,
He doesn't like animals.
I love animals.
You know what I mean? But
Love animals.
Yeah, big time.
Love Clark Animal Hospital.
Big time. How many animals you got?
Good for you, Charlie. Good for you.
In my backyard?
You're
How many
standing up
animals do you
business.
There was a turtle in my backyard the other day. How
What'd
about
you
that?
do to it? You run it over?
I had a baseball bat, so
Oh, you pounded it with a baseball bat. See, oh my God.
No. You know what Charlie did? Charlie waited until he got video of him pounding it with the baseball bat so he could put it on YouTube because that's content.
no.
Yep, that's exactly what you did.
No,
Exactly
because
what you did.
because that would be against guidelines. You couldn't
you wouldn't
monetize that.
Oh, yeah,
Correct.
so-
You would not be. Hey, by the way, another tangent, but I think Jim will appreciate this. So I was doing the NASCAR stuff the other day, right after. So Kenny did an hour show. He introed Adam Wainwright. Adam Wainwright came on the stage right after. So I was there. I listened to the first song. I did actually record it. I'm thinking Cardinal fans would like this. I put it on YouTube, but all the money goes to the songwriter. But I still put it out there because I thought Cardinal fans would enjoy it. And Jim, it was pretty good. I counted because we weren't sure. This is a 7-person band.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
7-piece band if you include Wayno. It sounded good. Cam doesn't believe me. Now, I only stayed for one song, but it was good.
I saw the clip that Kenny put up there, and maybe you. I saw a couple of them, and I watched it because it ain't like 30 minutes, and he sounded pretty good. Listen, he's got professionals around him. It's kind of like anything. Like Cole has been in broadcasting for a few years now. Eventually, he'll be able to string a sentence together, and I think with Wayno, he's learning the music industry. He will get there.
That's right. I like that comparison. I do. What do you think, Cole? Will you learn like Wayno's learning right now?
I need to learn.
You do.
I need to get better at
That's
storytelling.
right. That's it. He did have
My Indy 500 story that I did uncover too was okay.
He did pretty good. I let Cole talk for a long, long time the other day, Jimmy, when he was talking about his.
You let him?
I let him talk for about, and then I
He's
guided.
the lead voice.
Did he have notes on his phone?
No, he did a dang good
No,
job. And I
I
was
did not.
asking him questions. I kept the story going, kept the ball in the air. Did pretty dang good. That was a good story. And we
We had
realized
fun.
that I would
About
never
what?
want to. His Indy 500 disaster trip, which it just sounded miserable. It rained the whole time, rain delay, mud everywhere, mixed with piss. There's people passed out everywhere. He's getting rained on. It took 4 hours to get an Uber after. I mean, geez Louise.
Cam's not going to be going to a race.
I ain't going to be
anytime
going to
soon.
no race anytime soon.
I don't think that's good for Charlie's YouTube business.
No, so Cam will not be the boots on the ground correspondent,
No.
unfortunately.
I'll go over to Western Illinois and watch a race.
It was
Everything's
great.
organized over there. It was nice. There's no mud and slipping in mud and stuff. I could hide and go to the bathroom and not have people with no shirt or shoes on standing and piss next to you, pissing all over the place. That's what Cole
In
was
troughs.
in troughs, jumping in it.
Boy, there's a lot of urine talk in that story. I'm good.
Yeah, I know exactly. So, all right, Jimmy, go do your thing, man. What we watching?
All right, see you, boys.
See you, homie.
Go Cardinals.
Go Cardinals. That was funny what you said.
What did I say? Oh, about road games?
Still excited when the Cardinals are on the road. That's funny. I laughed at that.
Well, thank you, Cam. It was meant to be humorous. So I'm glad.
You've been on your game lately with stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been gone for a while.
I don't know what it is. Like your Twitter, like you're a little edgier, I think.
Well, you
I don't
know why?
what it is. I like it a lot.
By the way, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're trying to get engagement." Well, I
Screw that.
kind of am, though.
Do it.
But it's impossible to monetize Twitter.
I know, but make me laugh.
I was
dude.
on a little bit of a run, so I try to go on a little run for a week just to see am I close.
Yeah.
I would have to double my output to even get like $1.
You've been making me laugh. That's all.
That's
you need
all
to,
that
that's
matters.
all you need
That's
to think
all that
about.
matters.
Make me laugh.
That's all that matters. That's all I'm trying to do is bring a little piece of sunshine to anybody's day.
Just keep tying in just a little bit of politics with some stuff.
That's what I like to do.
Just to add some spice to it. I think it's gosh dang hilarious.
It
Gosh
is
dang
funny, though.
hilarious.
It's funny. This gets back to people not understanding your sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because I have all these NASCAR people now that they mostly follow the other channel, but they also follow mine. And I noticed, like, I put that one out there about United States, #2 country behind Ukraine. Clearly a joke. I love United States. It's the best country in the world.
Yeah, dude.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And none of the NASCAR people liked it. You know what I'm saying? So they probably thought I was being serious.
They thought you were being serious.
And that's what's so stupid about it.
Funniest thing, I was crying.
And I did another one. Oh,
I was crying.
I did another one. Same deal. Now, clearly, just so everybody knows, I have never been behind this defund the police. But when the Scotty Scheffler video gets put out there, I just quoted and said, defund the police. And same deal.
Cracked me up.
Most people know I'm joking, but none of the NASCAR people liked it.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing God's work right now, Charlie. You're making me laugh,
Do you
and I
feel
like
more freedom on Twitter now that you're not affiliated with Fox 2?
Oh, for sure.
Because I know
a million %.
I know that you said that.
Even here.
I know that you said that too. But I know that you said that while you were at Fox 2 and while you were on the radio, you would talk about some things on the radio that you wouldn't say there. But I was wondering if Twitter, where that kind of stood in between the two jobs.
Oh, I think if you work for any type of corporate media, and by the way, Dave Zobrist truly lets us say whatever we want.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful for that. I mean, it has to get really bad. Like, anytime Dave has said anything, it's our fault because we're literally being so stupid on the air like a year ago. We don't get into it. But I'm saying, like,
we fixed that problem.
That was 100% us, okay? That was not Dave's fault. Dave lets us say whatever we want. I have never worried about tweeting something or saying something and feeling like Dave is going to send me an email. Whereas, even though, look, throughout my time at Fox 2, I only got one email about content on the radio, and it was about politics during 2015. And it was actually about Eric Greitens. It wasn't even about Trump.
Oh, really?
Well, Eric Greitens' ads, remember?
Yeah.
Who's that?
He was the governor.
Oh.
And
So anyway.
Former Navy SEAL, but
I think what I was saying was
with another woman.
But it wasn't about that.
Oh.
You know how his ads were like for the primary? It was like him shooting a machine gun.
Yeah.
And the second it went to the general election, it was him with a stroller.
I remember that, yeah.
It was just like that, which all politicians do it. You know, they put the flannel shirt on. Like,
I'm country.
it was just that. It wasn't even anything super, super controversial. But it's more about, Big Brother's always kind of listening.
Yeah.
So it makes you edit in your own brain sometimes. And you don't say something because what if somebody hears that?
God, what would you have to tweet out for Dave Zobrist to give you an email? It'd have to be something.
Should we test that? Watch, Jim Hewer's going to text us right now.
Yeah.
No. He's going to say no.
Don't play
do it.
that game. Okay, let me tell you about what's going on this Sunday. Kate and I will be out there, and Maddie Whitener. Let's go. Come out and join me and Maddie Whitener for a special live broadcast Sunday, June 9th, at the St. Louis European Auto Show, hosted at Mini of St. Louis, 40 Sun Drive in Maplewood. It's right there. It's a really pretty area, man. Pretty location. It's really nice. Mini of St. Louis. Kate worked there for a while. Good people. The cars are unbelievable. You guys are going to have a damn good time. Come see us. We start at 11 o'clock. Come say hey to Maddie and I. Hell, I might even put you on radio. We'll see. The St. Louis European Auto Show is a St. Louis tradition since 1987. The event time is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Live broadcast 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event is benefiting the St. Louis ARC, which is a nonprofit United Way agency that provides support for more than 4,000 adults and children with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout the St. Louis area. They do a damn good job with that, too. And Neil Westfall is a big reason for that. There are no entry fees for spectators, but donations are strongly encouraged. Come out and view the best European automobiles St. Louis has to offer while hanging out with me and Maddie. Let's go, baby. Come out this Sunday. All right.
Thanks for the invite.
We're going to go to... Well,
I think I was there 2 or 3 years in a row.
We like to be on time. Anyway.
I was on time.
We like to... Was the show?
Is that my fault? Am I the engineer? I don't control the internet, electricity, and whatnot.
Good morning, everybody.
Well, come on out then, Charlie. You're more than welcome to.
No, I'm not going to.
No, you are going to.
No.
Fine.
I'm mad.
We're going to break. We'll be back. Hot Take Central, 59 The Fan, and 59thefan.com.